Familia, Tony Tonight is brought to you by Cuervo, the tequila that invented tequila. Did you know the very first margarita was made with Cuervo? There's nothing like the original. It's marg season, so keep it Cuervo all summer long. Vamos. Tonight on Tony Tonight, Luis and I take in a highlight match and interview players. Today's players are Mike Carballo, Julen Goitiandia, Scott Savin. Scott, can you tell us a little bit about the history of highlight? I know back in the 70s and 80s, massive sport in South Florida. Kind of died off a little bit, but you guys are bringing it back. Can you tell me a little bit of the history of the game?
Sure, 400-year-old sport that started in Spain.
Oh, pretty young.
Yeah, young. And this is
as old as Greg Cody.
I like that.
Crazy.
100th year anniversary of highlight in the U.S. So this is 100 years. People would come out, 10,000 people in the 60s, 70s, 80s. Then highlight had the longest strike in the history of professional sports.
Wow, I didn't know.
Not a very bright thing for the players to do. They came back, nobody cared about highlight anymore. More sports teams had come to South Florida, the lottery cruises to nowhere, a lot of stuff. So then it barely hung on by a thread. And then we started about 7 years ago and we're like, wait, this sport is pretty amazing. It's been around at that point, 93 years, long time in the US. And there's something great about it if we can just figure out how to repackage it, which we did. We made it, a team sport. You can bet on it for sports wagering. We made it like tennis. Fast forward now 6 years later, and these guys are amongst the top 50 players in the world. And we've been able to add Spanish players, Mexican players, French players, Filipino players. So the locker room is the best highlight players in the world. And these guys have integrated in, and now they're amongst the best. They worked really hard. Even our player manager, which is sort of like a GM a little bit in other sports, he was a highlight player. He was an 8-time world champion. And he was in the Miami Vice episode about highlight. And now he's in his 60s. I kid with him, he had dark hair and was really good looking. Now he has gray hair, he's still good looking. And he had to teach these guys how to play who never played before. And he was like, but now he's very proud of the accomplishment.
We're here with Julen Goitiandia.
That was right.
Yeah, that was right. 100% right, bro. 100% right.
You didn't say that right.
So you say it. Dale.
Goitiandia.
Goitiandia.
You got it.
Yeah, you got it better. That's it.
Yeah.
Front quarter for the Warriors. Do you guys call yourselves backcourt? Oh, yeah. I see you as a front quarter though.
No. So you have a lot of power.
Not what they say, but yeah.
I don't know, man.
So you come from the Basque Country in Spain. How's that coming to America? Doing all
That's
this
why
stuff
they make highlight players.
Yeah, that's it. For us, it's a tradition. My grandfather, my uncle, my brothers, me, myself.
Todos juegan.
Todos, todo el mundo, toda la familia. Yeah.
¿Y cuándo cogiste una cesta for la primera vez?
I don't remember the first time I tried the cesta.
Ya estaba ahí.
Ya estaba ahí.
Yo creo que nací ahí con la...
Otro más. Ahí está. Lo bueno.
Así es. No recuerdo la primera vez que...
No es niño, no es niña.
Es una cesta.
Es una cesta.
The mom's crying. Ay,
Lo sabía. Cuando tú ves a una leyenda como JR, lo ves aquí, en el país tuyo, cuando ves a alguien así,
sí.
¿Qué te da el
Ahí todo el mundo le conoce. O sea, si tú vas en mi pueblo, al lado en Lequeitio, que es de Arrasate o Guernica, si tú has sido una figura, una persona que ha sido bueno en highlight, todo el mundo te reconoce. Si tú vas por la calle, dicen, wow, mira eso está. O sea, todo el mundo sabe quién eres.
Es como said, Bad Bunny,
and even, that's it, yeah. And even here in the 80s, when my grandfather used to play here, like people were waiting outside in the parking lot for them. Like they used to get out of the frontón and everybody was waiting for them.
So we're here with Mike Carballo, member of the Cyclones. You guys dropped cesta, but you brought your cesta with you. So we have a lot of questions for you. Number one, an official cesta. You have somebody that makes these in-house.
Handmade. They take more or less around 24 hours to make.
Like all of this is hand stitched and like woven together. Like, what do you mean handmade?
Yeah, so it's kind of, it's interwoven. There's actually only like about 5 or 6 cesta makers in the world, so imagine.
How'd you get into highlight? Because it's not something you grew up with, right?
As far as how I got involved in the sport, I literally read a paper in the Miami Herald and called in.
You like an ad?
An article in the Herald, right, in the sports section. And imagine, right, thousands of hundreds of thousands people probably read the article, but only one guy actually Reddit and go, all right, man, these guys can't be more athletic than me. I just called in.
And they're like, yeah, please.
Yes,
Well, no, I'm sure there's a tryout. You showed up to a tryout.
Sure, but if you look at like he's an athletic guy, play minor league baseball, you're like, you
got
already
great
have like
teeth,
4
so they're like,
things
they're
to
good
get in
looking
there.
to be the face of highlight.
The boss behind this all,
Scott, yeah.
Scott Savin.
Yeah.
When I read that article, I called them and they go, listen, who are you and why are you calling us?
That's crazy.
And
just
you
like
know
that,
what? A super Miami story, dude. Just someone just trying to grind.
Just trying to make it happen. So you get here, they pull you out to the fronton. You had never seen this before, touched this before, nothing,
never,
right?
Never, man, never. And actually, when I saw Huang Arasate, our player manager, he handed me
That.
kind of like you, right?
Wait, what you just
he goes,
doing
all right, here, show us what you got. He tied it on my arm. He goes, all right, man, let's see what you got. Start throwing and catching.
No,
Long story short, I kind of picked up the sport kind of naturally from baseball, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You're in the
I'm
box.
right here, bro.
Listen, big white ball coming at you.
Yeah.
Catch it and hit it.
Yeah.
Same thing.
When you look at highlight, were you always a fan? Did you become a fan at that time?
So I grew up in Connecticut,
Okay.
and you had to be 18 to get in. But if you had a fake ID at 16, you could go in.
Classic.
So everybody had their first beer and their first bet at Highlight. So that's my highlight. Then I had nothing to do with Highlight for about 30 years. But then I'm like, oh, I had my first bet and my first beer. This is a pretty cool sport. And the sport itself is really amazing. Fastest ball sport in the world. The guys wear no padding. They wear a helmet. You just don't.
So dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Yeah.
So 150 mile an hour, great athletes. And it's sort of like a gladiator sport.
¿Qué te gusta jugando highlight? ¿Qué la cosa más?
A mí me gusta la adrenalina, que la pelota está todo el rato pim pam y tú también estás todo el rato encima de la pelota, la comunicación entre nosotros, tú, voy, yo, sale, es todo el rato ahí que estás en acción.
Yeah. ¿Cómo te sientes en la audiencia de los Estados Unidos y en España? La diferencia. Eso,
I think here is like louder, like la gente grita más entusiasmo, más.
Sí,
really?
En España es como que se respeta más cuando alguno falla, cuando
Es
se
como el
hace el
golf.
tanto. Eso es como el golf. Sí,
Really?
sí. Se respeta más el fallo y el tanto también por la otra parte. Si tú has hecho el tanto, pues hay uno que ha perdido. Entonces se respeta más. Aquí se grita cuando falla, se grita, si fallas, si aciertas, si haces bien, mal, no importa, todo el mundo grita.
¿Cuáles son las cosas que ustedes se gritan en cuando están jugando, bueno, me imagino en España, en basque? Frases comunes.
Aupa, ori, mucho.
Mucho.
Mucho
Es
es
que-
Spanish.
Mucho es como
Yeah.
mucho.
Sí, mucho.
Ok,
Cuando
ok.
tú imagínate que cacheas una pelota difícil, se dice, wow, mucho, como que, wow.
Okay. Acabo.
Yeah. O aupa, o ori, o
Ori, ¿qué es eso?
like ori, it's hard to like the literal translation, it's that.
Okay.
But,
Es como dale.
yeah, dale. Sí, eso es.
Oh,
sí.
ori.
Sí.
They told me only righties can play highlight. Is that true?
Yes, that's the walls on the left side. This basket right here has to be fastened on your right arm. Doesn't matter if you're a
wow,
lefty
dude.
or a righty.
Wow.
So
You
people
gotta
teach
figure it
themselves.
out.
If you're lefty, you teach yourself how to catch and throw righty.
Yeah.
Because you have to. It's almost
exactly.
like playing lefty being second baseman. Like it just doesn't work that way, right?
Exactly.
Or like a lefty catcher. Like I know it doesn't.
Yeah.
But there are some upsides to being a lefty because when you're a lefty, like in tennis, right? You have a
Yeah.
forehand,
Mhm.
right? Same thing here. All you're utilizing there is your right arm.
right here. Boom.
There's two other shots in highlight. You have the reverse and you have
I love the reverse.
the costado.
when they do the
Oh, what's it again?
Costado. So like your
Costado,
your
okay.
intercostal muscles. We
Okay.
call it the costi. So
Okay.
you literally just throw it over your right shoulder, and those are the
Is that catching like on a backhand?
Yeah.
And then you like throw it over like that.
exactly. You push with your left hand there. So if you're a lefty, that's where you get an advantage.
power. Yeah.
Exactly.
Is there a moment that you said I can do that?
Play it.
Yes. Oh, he has?
Yeah.
Because he has moments
No,
where
no,
he
it's
thinks
fine.
he
I
can
think
do it.
all the time I can
he
do
can do all the
anything.
things.
Yeah.
So I was at Dania, which is another fronton
Right.
that we ran for a couple of years, and I thought nobody was around, and I went out there with the cesta and the pelota,
Give
and
it a
I'm
little-
just throwing it against the wall, and kind of catching it underhand. And about the fourth throw, it bounced and hit me right in the face.
Hey.
I'm like, and it hurt.
It's a
I'm
cue
like,
ball, right? It's basically a
Yeah.
cue ball.
and I didn't realize there were cameras.
Okay,
Oh, so all the surveillance department got a great laugh out of
You
that
have
one.
that somewhere at your house?
No,
or-
we've destroyed that.
Destroyed the
That's-
tape?
that's
Destroyed the
gone.
evidence?
That's gone.
Cuando la pelota se cae por ahí
Yeah.
y te da en lugar en tu cuerpo que es más doloroso.
El más doloroso,
Ajá.
yo sería los huevos. pero,
Well, sí,
sí,
ok.
pero yo creo que el hueso duele más que el músculo.
Okay.
Sí.
So te dan el codo.
Eso,
o
en el codo, en la
en
rodilla,
el hombro.
en el tibia, en la cadera. Duele más que si te dan un músculo. Por ejemplo, pues en la nalga o aquí.
Sí.
o-
What's your favorite thing of the sport?
Coasty, speed.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
Just right out like...
I whip it, man. One speed, full speed.
Drops it back inside. Carballo gets it, slides, picks it up.
So talk to us, man. How's your hand feeling there?
My hand feels good, dude. Feels really like a natural extension of my body.
You told me before, it's like your fingertips don't exist.
Yeah,
your
well, you just
fingertips
said that
are is this, right?
That's my fingertips.
Yeah, so you're, for the fans back at home, so your hand, his hand right now is in there flush, all right? Your
It's like this right now. My hand's like this.
hand is flush and fixed. So essentially his new fingertip is the tip of the basket here.
Wow.
And the only thing that,
What's up, buddy?
and the only thing,
I'll tickle you, dude.
and the only thing you're gonna do right now, man, is just break that wrist.
Go with all that wrist
Right.
action. Dude.
I got a nasty dump shot, so like I'm pretty gangster with the wrist, dude.
Like,
is this being used correct? Am I pulling this correct?
Dude,
Like,
you got it, man. You're ready to go.
Dude,
I'm
just got
telling you.
Okay.
You should
Yeah, figure it out.
Oh,
bro, the cue ball.
Yeah.
Is it?
Pretty
Well,
much.
actually, this right here is that's the core of the ball. That's
Okay,
the core.
it gets wrapped.
Yeah, it gets wrapped in a couple
Yeah.
layers of electrical tape. So it's pretty gangster. Yeah.
damn. Let's get you out there, dude.
Let's go, dude.
So it's not like baseball where you pronate.
Right, right.
This has to stay. Think of this as like a spigot, open and close.
Gotcha. Oh. All right, it feels really weird because I'm used to throwing it at a certain level.
Less is more here. Arc it to the front wall.
Gotcha, okay. What am I doing wrong?
Vas a dar toda la vuelta así.
Lo abrimos aquí.
So you gotta open the wrist.
Right. Okay.
Oh, let's go, baby. Let's.
Nah, ya está listo.
Con cual, donde sea, papi.
Thank you so much for letting
Thank
us
you.
hang out.
Appreciate it.
Oye, gracias por todo, bro.
Dale, man.
Mike, thanks for joining us, dude. Appreciate
You got
you,
it,
bro.
bro.
Can you shake my...
Thanks, brother.
Mi gente, thank you for watching Tony Tonight.